So I'm going to be doing some panel lines. If you're watching, it's going to be a sort of a basic tutorial, just going through some basics and just keep it simple, just copying what I've done on my original drawing. So I don't know if you can see that very well. I did in a previous video. You can see the panel lines. I just want to draw them on the engines. So if you'd like to watch, thanks very much. I'm going to rough up the engines first so I can mark them better because the pipe's a bit shiny. So I want to roughen certain areas up so the pen takes. So I've got to see what I'm doing. Let's get this sticker off as well. These sort of pipes you can just buy from any DIY store. If you cross the pond, I guess people like Walmart, such like, you can pick these up just anywhere, sort of in the plumbing aisle or drainage. Dare I say it, in sewage as well. But you can pick them, and they're quite cheap. Do a lot with them, like I say, engines, or yeah, you can make up ships, a great bit of long bodies. You can add to it for kit bashing. You could do all sorts with these. And like I said, they're very cheap. Some are like a PVCU, which you can use the Tamiya glues on, or super glue on the harder material, which I think this is actually a drainage pipe, and this was a waste pipe for kitchens and bathrooms. But yeah, it's very cheap. Do a lot with it. Like I said, I'm just roughing the surfaces up so the pen will take, and I probably won't stick religiously to my drawing, but I shall interpret it as I will, which is what the great thing about scratch building and kit bashing. You can do what you want, make what you want. So excuse me if I'm quiet for a minute. Let's get this done. Right, I use a pencil in my drawing. So, okay, so it's basically just going to be very, very simple. I'm going to mark where I think it should start, and then I like to use a straight edge, which I haven't got handy. There we go. So this is a piece of acrylic, it's an offcut. It is very basic. I'm not going to be too worried about getting it absolutely perfect, because it is literally just a scratch pad, and you can do it as you wish, but just kind of get some kind of follow guide onto my original drawing, and just go from there really, and just draw it in, just the basics, so you can see, and that's all it will be really. So I've got that there, so I've got one down here as well, so let's take that from there, let's go from there. Like I say, it's not a perfectly straight edge, but like I say, it doesn't really matter. You can usually eye it quite well, and this is literally just a quick video as I'm going through, just so you can see how I go through the process of cutting panel lines. You're going to need, if you have them, a razor saw. I use this Tamiya Scriber, so it's really good. It's obviously not endorsing it, but it's a very good tool. It really is. I mean, I mark these and literally do this by hand, just when I cut these in. So just follow the lines, just get a cut in, and then when you're finished, it's got a deep enough curl, you can dig the scriber in and take a little piece out, and you leave yourself a panel line. And of course it takes time obviously, but you can do as little as you want or as many as you want, depending on what panels you want. Some panels I'll cut out because I want to make these a little bit used. It's not like a new ship, it's basically like Star Wars based. So I just carry on cutting the panel lines in, and generally what everybody else would do, I guess. Everybody has a different way of doing things. This is just my way of doing it, and I just like adding in things as I go, which, like I say, are not on the drawing. So, and you don't have to religiously follow it. So, like I say, to the letter, you can just change it as you wish. So, like I say, that's the panel line. I will use a razor saw to start cutting in the line. I take my time, there's no rush. Just take your time to cut the panel lines in. Like I say, they don't have to be perfect. And I have done this for a few years, so I tend to still make mistakes though. But I don't know why cutting panel lines, I find it quite therapeutic. And I love doing it, especially on some of the models I've made in years past and still do, although 3D printing seems to have taken over most of my pattern making nowadays and my job, but you still get to cut some panel lines in, or I'll leave some off purposely sometimes so I can cut them in by hand, because like I say, I just enjoy it. It's, like I say, this is something you just sort of pick up after a few years. It takes time, don't rush, practice on a piece of plastic card or acrylic, you know, just to get an idea of how it works, draw some lines, and then just slowly just scribe along that line. It doesn't have to be deep, just a nice light push. See, I'm struggling there. And because of the plastic, it works quite well. So just take your time, find your line, and just follow it along. So I won't be showing me doing them the whole thing, just be literally a short live, and then I'll put it up afterwards so people can watch. Just literally started my channel, so if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, I'd be very grateful if you could, because I intend to do more of this and will get better over time. Show more of what I do, get this together and show a finished product as I go along. I'm gradually taking videos as I'm working on this, and I shall put that together. So I shall work on show videos how they're doing the engines, and they'll work, and they'll work with here. They look quite nice. I'm going to add a few greeblies on, cut out a couple of panels on the outside, add a few greeblies on here as well, like I say, and with the panel lines. There's a few little extras to put on, and then when I've done this, I shall start work on the body, which I've actually modified from one of our Venwall bodies, which people who I know at work will recognise. But to hopefully make it something like this. So excuse the video being upside down, but my camera's, I'm getting used to this, so bear with me. So if you see, cut both those lines in already. So if I come to here, I won't start on that edge because I'll catch here. So I'll probably just come a little bit, work my way to here, and then switch it round, and then come back into that cut and work my way up to that line. And as I'm coming back down, I want to loop it round, follow that, a nice little curve there, just a bit at a time. So we get that curve, a reasonable curve in there, and then bring this line back. I'll come to this side because I'm going to want to go towards the engine so I can make sure I get it nice and reasonably level with the other one. I'll gradually work my way forward, just above where that is there. And like I say, they don't have to be perfect because it is scratch building after all, and you're not doing it unless you're doing it for a show or you want to show off your work at a particular thing. Like I say, I went with this. It's just tutorials to show how I work. So that's how I've done that. The scriber, sort of, you can feel it pull in, just gently pull it along. I'll probably rest it on the bench actually, so I've got good stability. You just pull it gently along, no rush, take your time. And again, another go, a little bit more pressure now. We've got a bit of a cut into it. You can hear it cutting in, a little swathe of plastic coming off. And you can see if I rub my finger on there, panel lines gradually coming out. So I don't know if you can see it in the light. It's not very good with the camera, I'm afraid. And that's generally it, really. And you have to do that as many times as you want, wherever you want it. Again, when you're doing this, you need to scribe and just gently follow the line. There's no rush. Take your time. Like I said, I apologise for the quality of the video at the moment. I'm just starting out and learning how this all runs, but that's how I do panel lines. If you have any questions, just ask me, leave them in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a good evening, a good day tomorrow, and hope you can see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.